What up, everybody? Mm. Good cup of coffee. We are recording. So this is a new series that I've been wanting to make for a while. I want to release more music too, but I buy a lot of crap on eBay, and I bought a couple Journey Together booster boxes. However, this is what they sent me. Look at this. Look at that. Does this look real to you? So today, after I got my refund, of course, we are gonna bust this box right on open now and see what's inside. I buy this crap so y'all don't have to. And full disclosure, I'm not straight up seeking out scams. I'm not trying to deal with eBay returns or PayPal returns all day. I could make a whole separate video about all that. But I thought it would be fun because this looks terrible to me. And I think it is fake AF. Let's go ahead and get on down now. Just get on in here. Get on in here. Oh, of course. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. And I went to eBay for this box and a couple others, and I went through the eBay return thing where they gave me a label, and the seller, which I'll post the info if anybody wants it. I've already reported the seller. I told eBay numerous times, hey, this dude is scamming. I don't even need to open the boxes. I don't want the boxes. Please help me return them. I will not open them, etc., etc. But the seller said, yes, I will accept your return. Please return them. I'm like, well, pay for the return and then I'll return them. Give me some more money, please, and then I will return this dog doo-doo. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth here. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Doxbun EX. Not hollow. Not hollow at all. There's nothing. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. Rip test. Yeah, it's just a piece of paper. Big surprise, bud. Look at this. Look at this garbage. You see that? You see it? This is some straight trash. They're firing up their printers. They firing up their printers. It was crazy because I bought multiple boxes. This is how it came in the pack. Check this out. They're not facing the same way. The back looks terrible. And if you're ever wondering if a card is fake, just look at the back of it. Look at that. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, I got a hit, guys. I got I got a hit. Oh my goodness. Well, he said, hey, just return it. Just return it. How am I going to return it without a label, bud? You want me to pay for some, like random Slovakian address? The return address was not in America. It was in some, half of the words in it I couldn't pronounce. And I'll put it up later just so you can see what the return address was. And then he said, I accept your return. Return it. Okay. It's like I'm going to hire like a stork or something to just fly him back to, some mountaintop that he lives at. I knew these were fake. I knew these were fake without even trying. Smell test. I remember opening the old vintage packs, and they just smelled awesome. It's hard to explain. The printing process maybe had... Yeah, so some kid or some parent that bought this, they would have just said, let's start a seal collection for for little Johnny over there. And look at this. Come on. You could do better than this. This is garbage. This is a $3 card if it was real in the first place, and there's no hollow. It's just like I printed it off on a school printer and like glued some other shit on the back. Crispin. He's cooking. Somebody's cooking up some crap. Now I do like this Rapidash. Oh man, it's getting difficult. I'm going to see if I can find an SIR, if I can find an Evolution, and then I'll stop. But these cards look absolutely hilarious. This is a hilarious joke. This is the kind of crap that you pass out at like a 3-year-old kid's party. You just can't will yourself to give your toddlers real cards, so you just give them some like shiny turds. These cards look terrible. Everything about them is terrible. I was kind of hoping that they would put some like real cards in the front. I don't know, what's this, like $1 if it was real? Ask not what your Pokemon can do for you, but what can you do for your Pokemon? Now, what do Pokemon even eat? Do they eat other Pokemon, right? They just live off of, like, feed. Oh, here we go. I got a hit, guys. Got a hit right here. Alright, here. I think these are all from different sets, too. Yeah. That's hilarious. Earthen vessel. This gold card. Oh my goodness. I'm going to keep doing this and post a video. I'm going to try and do it like once a month, maybe more. Because I just don't have time to look up scams and tie up hundreds of dollars. But I'm kind of happy to see how crappy these are, because at least, when they get really good and I can't tell, that's when I'm going to be scared. So I noticed, if you look at these cards, I think that they copied 3 different sets at once. So if you look at the numbers, it's 119 out of 142, 80 out of 64, and 181 out of 67. They even have the different set model number, I guess you could say. So that they didn't even take the time to only copy one set. They just copied a bunch of random cards that they maybe found online or just bought real boxes of and scanned them in. I'm not sure what the printing process is like, but I absolutely hate the fact this is right out the pack. So they didn't even try to put them all in the same position. I mean, have some class. I mean, you're gonna try and scam kids out of money. Have some goddamn class. This is a dope card. I might try and find this card for realsies. I'm gonna put that one aside. I like that art. The Grand Tree. I kind of like that art too. You know, the scammers helped me find some new cards to collect. It would have been terrible if some parent or grandparent or kid, or I don't even know how a kid could afford this. That's one thing I don't like about this hobby. Is how are kids going to spend $200 a booster box? I think I was supposed to get Journey Together booster boxes for $150 a piece. Well, that's a great price, but $150 for a booster box. I'm still stuck in the Sword and Shield era where I was getting them for like 80 or 90. Absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. Is this the best y'all got? Is this the best scammers can do? Because this is a joke. And I like this Medite got a little eye open right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to take a couple of these cards and find the real versions. I was selling a lot of stuff at shows and going out and trying to you know, sling my wares wherever people would say, like, Pokemon, yeah, you should buy this, or you should do that. I just don't care. You know, I collect for fun, and sometimes I open stuff. Area 0 Underdepths. I really like that art, though. It's hard work here. I got these. I think they're full arts or character full arts or character rares. I don't even remember what these are called. I forget. I'm looking to find me an EV. Let's see if they put their SIR in here. Look at this, a Kingdra. How exciting. Wouldn't even do crack off of these cards. Gee whiz. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. So I just take these cards and put them in the paper shredder. Dragapult EX. Yay. I don't like how the pack feels. I don't like the plastic. I don't like anything about these cards. There's nothing good about them. I love how Pokemon just has a... I don't know how to explain it. The printing process that they do, it just feels authentic. They put real work and effort into making the cards just feel good, or they feel I don't know how to explain it. And anytime I feel a fake version, it almost feels like I'm going to get cancer from them. Oh, there we go. There's a hollow version of that same card. Hey, look, guys. The non-hollow. They have non-hollows again. That's cool. Isn't that great? I'm so glad they stopped doing that. Or they stopped doing the big hits having non-hollows. It's just the same card without sparkly. Who gives a crap about that? You know, please don't start doing that again, Pokemon. Good decision not to. You know, halfway through. This sucks. This is a cool Mewtwo card. This is like rat shit right here, but I'm gonna take a couple of these cards and buy the actual real version. And with this scammer, you know, I took him to the cleaners. I did a return immediately after receiving these boxes, and he was just, you know, fooling around saying, oh, you know, you can return them now for a full refund. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it through eBay. He's like, no, you know, please just return them and then I'll process your refund personally, or I'll process your refund. I'm like, no, you're not eBay. eBay is going to process my refund, bud. When you send me a label, I'll send you these fake garbage cards back. But the seller was such a piece of garbage, he didn't even want his fake crap back. Obviously, this cost him like $2 to make. It probably cost more in effort to go to the post office than it did to have these cards made. Now that's a really cool full art or trainer art or whatever they're called now. I can't keep up with like the types of cards. No, if I could pull an Umbri, I'll keep it. I'll keep it just for fun. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where they at though? Where they at though? I'm just gonna go through and create all this trash. This is just repackaged trash. It's completing the cycle of the world. Screamtail. What a beautiful, beautiful card. Wow, wow, how exciting. Where's that lampshade Pokemon? The dresser drawer Pokemon. No. Dang. I feel like this is such a waste of time. There's nothing to enjoy about this. I don't even know if I enjoy opening real cards anymore. I mean, I do, but I can't stand it at the current price point like anybody else. Who's actually opening cards other than streamers? And they have people that'll pay for it. Yeah, and I get, you know, I get who's actually opening them and that people are opening these. But when a booster box costs $200, at least for me, it makes me $200 and it's a current set, even more than that. I have no desire to open that. If I really wanted a card, I'll just go buy the card. I do like the potential of pulling a 10 or pulling a really nice centered card. This shit is a joke. Oh, these scammers. They really should like start their own TCG. Why don't they just go legit and make like a whole new game with kick-ass art? You know, a card game. If they're smart enough to do all this crap, why not just make your own? Why not just make your own TCG? Oh, okay, this is dope. I really like this card. I'm gonna have to go get me one. Oh, I got two. I got the same card twice. Let's go for three. Go for three. Go for... Oh. There's only two. The Gulplin. The Gulpin. Oh, an obese Pokemon. That's nice. 3 packs left. I'm happy that the scammers just suck at printing or manufacturing or whatever, because I'm terrified one day that they'll be able to make indistinguishable cards. I hope when that day comes, Pokemon is able to do their job and stop them. You know, they'll only be doing that because... Oh, wow. And now here's the hollow version of this fake card. This is what they're working with. Seriously, y'all? Come on, scammers. You really... You need to go to school or something, and... This is how it was packaged. The exact same card. Two packs left. But from the outside, it looks, the packs and how they're arranged in the box looks great. You know, that's the one thing I noticed that they did very well. It looks like they actually put work into the presentation. But who knows if some, you know, parent or kid bought these for their kid's birthday party or something that was a month away, and the parents wanted to try and you know, prepare for a big party, and they paid full price for all this crap, and then a month later it's a lot harder to get their money back because they didn't know, they didn't open it, they didn't really investigate it, and now the return window is closed, so they got to fight eBay, which is probably just as bad as the scammers at that point, because they don't want to give back their fee. They didn't want to keep their little fee. They already spent it on hookers. They already got some drugs. You know, who knows? Who knows what eBay actually spends their money on, other than refunding people and just trying not to go out of business at this point. I love eBay. I'm not talking bad about them. They've been a great platform for me to buy and sell on for a very long time, and I hope that eBay gets better. I hope that it does. I hope that they improve their system so scammers can't do this kind of garbage, and they should be rewarding and protecting sellers that do a good job and try to make their platform better. And I think that they should prioritize the buyers that don't return stuff unless they have to, because I know the return system can be annoying. People abuse anything. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to try and abuse it and get shit for free. However, I think eBay needs to police better. They need to have a better system to report buyers, because I've run into so many scams, and this is the first video where I'm thinking, hey, let's like at least like get some content out of this, at least get something for all of the trouble that I've gone through. And I cost this scammer, you know, it probably was more expensive to ship this stuff than it was to make it, but I love that I was able to potentially save somebody from making this mistake where they thought they were real and then they didn't have a return in time. So anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. I'll post another one soon, or whenever I find another scam. You know, whenever I get scammed, you won't have to. I'll get my return, eBay will give me a refund, and they don't want a return label, so they don't send me a return label, so I end up keeping this garbage, which I do not want it. I hate this shit. I want to return it and get it out of my purview. I want it gone. I do not want to use eBay returns unless somebody sends me some BS like this. I only use returns when it's legitimate return. And in this case, this ain't mathing. This ain't working. This is a flop. I started the return the day that I got these boxes, because as soon as they came in, he didn't even put them in a box. He put them in like a black bag and had no protection for the box itself. So you can already see, the boxes were flopping around in there. He worked so hard on the presentation, but then he sends it in a black bag and acts like, oh, you could just return it to, Yugoslavia, like Timbuktu, start the return, man. Really return my Pokemans. I'm like, no, you're going to pay for this shit, man. I'm not paying for that. What? I ain't paying for that. I ain't got time for none of that. So I found some cool cards. I'm going to add them to my collection. Oh, this is some raggedy garbage right here. This is some raggedy garbage. Oh, thanks for watching, everybody. I will post another one soon, and I'm going to post more music. I've been working on all types of stuff. Everything always is going on. There's always something that needs to get done. But I wanted to post something fun. Thanks for watching. I know it got a lot longer, but I'm out here doing God's work, y'all. I'm getting scammed, so y'all don't have to. I'm going in the dark places of the internet and eBay, and I'm buying stuff, the weirdest stuff. But I love finding these cheap booster boxes when I can. It's, what else am I gonna do with it? Like pay stuff off? Pfft. No, I'm gonna consumerism. Take it easy, y'all. Capitalism.